To meet you, Melinda.
It's nice to meet you too. Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
Oh, cool. I'm from the United States.
Nice. Which part?
I live in North Carolina.
Oh, nice. I never have ever been there.
Yeah, usually most people have heard of Florida.
Hmm.
So North Carolina is a few states north of Florida. So Florida's here, and then you have Georgia, then South Carolina, then North Carolina.
Oh, I
So
see.
we're a few states above Florida. So usually if I tell people that, then they have an idea because everybody knows Florida. So um,
Yeah, Florida is crowned
so
with Brazilians.
there's a lot of people from Brazil and Florida.
Yes, I heard
Yeah.
40% of the houses there are Brazilians owners.
Oh wow. That's
Yes.
really cool.
Uh-huh.
Um, it's interesting because I've never lived in Florida. I've lived in Massachusetts. That's where I was born and raised, where Boston is. And I've lived in Louisiana, where New Orleans is, and now I live in North Carolina. So I've lived in three states, but I've been to Florida many times because I have family there on my father's side. My dad he comes from a big family. He's from Haiti, and he has five sisters and three brothers.
Wow.
So, and everybody has kids and everything. So, some of the families in Florida and some of the families in Massachusetts. So I've been to Florida many times because I have family there, and I love Florida. It's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful state and warmer. I mean, they have the four seasons like we do here, like they do in Massachusetts, like in Louisiana, but it's more summer, more heat, and less winter, less cold. And I like that. I don't like the bugs that come with more heat, but I like the heat more than the cold. I really don't like cold. And in Massachusetts, where I was born and raised, sometimes we have snow and sometimes we have a lot of snow, like a snowstorm or blizzard. And the winters are longer and the summers are shorter. And I don't like that. I like living in the Southeast because I have a longer summer and a shorter winter, and we don't really have snow very much, if at all. And of course, Florida, they really don't have snow because they're even further south. But I've thought about moving there when I get older, maybe when I retire, retiring in Florida. I don't know. We'll see.
Very nice.
But yeah,
I
beautiful, beautiful
was I
state.
was teaching my students because I teach geography here in Brazil.
Oh, cool.
Yes, and I was teaching them about the what's the name in English? Temperature zones. Something like that.
Oh, like what, Celsius and Fahrenheit, the
No,
different temperatures?
no, in the globe, like we have the equator line, and
Oh,
we
yeah,
have the
the equator.
yes, and then we have the tropical line,
Mm-hmm.
and then the
Mm-hmm.
temperate zone, uh, how do you say? Equatorial zone.
So, yeah, so there's different zones. It's been a long time since I took geography, so I probably
Uh-huh.
don't even remember half
Yes,
of what you're
and I
talking
was
about.
teaching them
Honestly.
about that,
But
and we saw that Florida is in the same zone as Brazil because it's in the tropical zone.
interesting, interesting.
Hmm.
Yeah, Florida has the beautiful palm trees, and because you don't see those unless it's a mostly warm climate. They don't
Hmm.
have them here. They don't have them in Massachusetts. I don't think they're in Louisiana, but yeah, it's a
Hmm.
beautiful state. It really is.
Yes,
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
and you said something that was really interesting. We were talking about on this class is like Florida doesn't have the four seasons very clearly, but The rest of the United States has because it is in the temperate zone. The
Oh,
four seasons
interesting.
happens very clearly in the temperate zone.
But when you're in the tropical zone, then you don't have the four seasons as much.
No, we don't.
Wow, wow, wow. Very interesting. So, how long have you been teaching geography?
This semester, no, this year.
Oh, this is your first year teaching?
No, I have been teaching English for since 2010.
Wow. Okay,
Yeah,
but you just switched to geography this year.
yeah, it's because I work in a bilingual school
Mm-hmm.
and someone has to teach them geography in English. So it is me because I like geography.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm really into
So,
geography.
how long have you been teaching?
Almost 12 years.
Wow. So you really must like teaching. You must love it.
I like it. I can't say I love it, but I like it.
Okay, okay.
I like to
Well,
talk to
that's a good
people.
thing. Yeah, yeah. And what grade, what age do you teach?
I teach most of my classes are from first to fifth graders,
Mm-hmm.
but I have classes on sixth, seventh graders and high school. The first year
Okay,
of high
so
school.
most of your classes are elementary, but you do teach middle and high school too.
Yes,
Wow, so you kind of teach the whole range of ages of kids and teenagers.
yes.
Wow. So you might get to see some of these kids kind of grow up as
Oh
they go through
yes,
the school
it's
system.
very interesting because um, 2 weeks ago, yes, November 4th, I got
Mhm.
married, and
Congratulations!
thank you
Yay!
very much.
You're
And when
welcome.
you get married here in Brazil, you have 9 days, 9-day license.
A
No, no,
9-day
you can say
license.
license. License means other things in English. Sorry.
That's
uh,
okay.
you have 9 paying days off.
Oh, so you get 9 days off after you get married.
Yes.
Okay. So like a paid vacation for
Hmm.
like almost 2 weeks.
Yes.
That's really cool.
And they have to find someone to replace me during these days.
Mm-hmm.
And a former student of mine took my place.
Really?
Yes, I started teaching him
Wow.
when he was 10, 11 years old. Now he's a grown man, like 22 years old.
Wow. So basically, you started teaching him when you started, and now he's an adult 12 years later. And
Hmm.
now he's learning to teach and was able to substitute your class. That is so wild. I can't even imagine. I mean, I can in a way because I've seen kids grow up like my son and my cousins and like I, my friends' kids and like anybody I know with kids and kids I used to work with and I know now they're grown. It's very strange, but it's not strange, but it is. It's weird because we know everybody grows, but when you don't see somebody and then all of a sudden you see them again and they're grown, it's like, oh my gosh, in your mind, they're still little or still whatever age you remember them. And so it's hard to reconcile what you remember with what's actually in front of you. So that's
Hmm.
what makes it so crazy. But it's really normal because of course people do grow and change and it's really if they weren't growing and changing, that's what would really be abnormal. So, yeah, because there are like people that have certain health issues where they don't grow or they stay the same or they change more quickly than normal. Like, so you can always tell when something's not normal, but that is normal for them to
Hmm.
grow. And, but yeah, wow.
Yes, and I
So
have one
interesting.
experience with one of my students. Then that's really crazy because I've been to United States as an exchange
Mhm.
student. I lived in Kansas.
Oh, okay. I've never been to Kansas. Okay.
Yes, everyone asks me why Kansas.
Yeah, Kansas is not really known for much of anything that I know of. So that
Hmm.
might be why people ask that. People always think about going to like the more well-known states or cities like New York or Florida or California or someplace like that. So
Hmm.
yeah. So
And
what was there like a program in Kansas that you went to?
yes, my college here in Brazil, they have this partnership. I could go there, study
Oh.
for 1 or 2 semesters, and I choose to study for 1 semester there. And I really like to tell this story because it was like the best time of my life. It was a life-changing moment.
Yes.
And because of being abroad, first time abroad, I met people from all over the globe. It was like really, really interesting, and I encourage my students to take exchanging programs to learn about
Mhm.
people, go abroad. It's very good for them. And one of my students, she went to to the same college in Kansas.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
And how did she like it?
She loved it, and it was very, very nice because she took a picture in the same place as me in front of the football stadium.
Mhm.
And then we post like on the Facebook my picture, her picture on the same place. And for
Oh.
me, I couldn't be more proud of.
Wow. That is really neat. Wow. Yeah, that's cool that you get to see these kids grow up and be, go from children or adolescents or teenagers to adults and see them have similar experiences as you if they go abroad like that, or if they end up teaching like you and they're your substitute when you have your time off, like, or even anything else, like whatever else any student may end up doing. But, if they're successful with their life as an adult and you know that you had some part in that,
Hmm.
that's really that's what's so great about being a teacher. Teachers don't make a lot of money, so that's a disadvantage. But an advantage is that you really get to affect people's lives. You get to really be a role model for these kids, and you can teach them things. I mean, of course, you teach them what what your job is to teach them, but you can also teach them about life and things outside of the classroom, and you can really help to make them better people. And it's just that's really powerful to be
Yes.
able to do that. It's a
Hmm.
beautiful thing. I mean, that's what I like about tutoring English is on Cambly. I get to meet people from different cultures, and I get to work at home, and and I can help them with their English and teach them things about the US, and just have great conversations like this. It's so cool.
Yes.
Um, so it doesn't pay a lot, but it's very flexible and you get to meet so many cool people.
Yes.
So,
I wish I could teach on Cambly, but I can't
oh, you because of your job or because
because I'm not native, I think.
I don't
I'm not
I don't
native
know if you
speaker.
have to be a native to teach on Cambly. That's actually a good question. That makes me curious. I can't remember because I applied to Cambly in June of 2014, so it was 7 years ago. I don't remember. I would have to look at it again to see what the application is. But I mean, your English is very good and you're
Thank you.
teaching in English, so I can't imagine that you wouldn't be able to tutor in English too. But I know some companies will specifically say they'll take natives or non natives.
Hmm.
But I can't remember if Cambly does that or not because Cambly is not, it's more of a laid back. I mean, because I've worked with other companies and Cambly is one of the more laid back in my opinion. It's not as strict as some other companies. So I don't know.
I'll see if they ask or not.
Yeah.
Maybe they will ask some kind of certificate.
Yeah, no, I don't think you don't need a certificate for Cambly. I didn't have a certificate. I got a teaching certificate for teaching English later,
Our
but
time is
not with
out.
Cambly. I know.